Troy Green, who's going to head up the Wildcat men's basketball program. The women's basketball program will now be headed by our guest who joins us on the show. Great to have Jenn Miller with us. And Jenn, first of all, thanks for joining us and congratulations on the new post.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about the opportunity.
Well, St. Charles Parish school system, it's a good school system. Of course, Destrehan's a huge school, bursting at the seams, good facilities, and a good school. I think you start there, right? The fact that it's an attractive place to be?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The school's great. The people there have been amazing. The principal, the athletic director, everybody I've met has just been more than welcoming. I mean, even in new teacher training, the staff that I met with was, so welcoming and excited about the high school.
Interestingly enough, you're coming from a very good school. Lusher Charter's an excellent school academically, but maybe not as proficient athletically as a school like a Destrehan. Is it a different type of scenario? I would imagine it's different because of the numbers and because of the athletic success that a school like Destrehan's had.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be very different. Lusher's a great place. The kids are awesome at Lusher. It was a fun place to work. Just didn't really have a whole lot of skill, but what they lacked in skill, the kids really made up for in their heart and their hustle. But athletics wasn't, a priority there. And, at Destrehan, it does seem to be like it's a, if not one of the top priorities.
Yeah, I think that the salient message is that you can have both. You can have a really good academic institution and have a really good athletic program. We see many schools around the state that are like that, and that's kind of what Destrehan has strove to be.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think when you have the two, great academics and great athletics, you're really getting the best out of the kids. Kids want to succeed in everything they do, and so there's no point in just putting them in a box where it's like you're either going to be an athlete or you're going to be a student. And, for them to be able to be great student athletes really says something about what Destrehan's done so far.
Visiting with Jenn Miller, the new girls basketball coach at Destrehan High School. So you take over a program. Last year, the Lady Wildcats did make the playoffs. So there's that. There's the opportunity to come in with a program that did at least get some postseason experience a year ago.
Yeah, that's exciting. That always helps. Anytime you're coming into a program that's, already established and has already made steps in getting to playoffs, it makes my job a lot easier. But I'd like to see us do a little bit more than just get into the playoffs. And I think, with the type of student athletes that Destrehan puts out, that should be something that you can expect from us.
It wasn't too long ago that Destrehan was an undefeated team that won a state championship in 5A in 2017 under Angie Butler. I covered that team, watched it. Of course, they had a great player who's at Baylor now, doing a great job. And I know Angie's in administration there. Have you had a chance to visit with her or talk to her at all as of yet?
No, I have not. All of this has just happened so quickly. I haven't had a chance to reach out to anyone, but I would like to reach out to her and the Baylor player. I'd like to keep track and keep in touch with ex-players. I think it's important for, tradition and keeping history alive and keeping the players connected, to really great, successful teams in their past.
And you, of course, have a deep background in basketball, not just coaching, mentioned Lusher Charter, but you're a basketball player and a very good one at that, a USA Today All-American, honorable mention player in high school, and then went on to Florida State and played there in excellent fashion and began coaching in Jacksonville, Florida, and had some success there too, and played some semi-pro basketball. So this is a large part of your life, if not the biggest part of your life, the sport of basketball, right?
Oh, absolutely. Basketball has been a passion of mine since honestly fifth grade. And in fifth grade, I was a cheerleader, and we were cheering for a basketball team. And it was really my first time seeing, kids my age playing basketball. And I thought, I got to get out of this cheerleading uniform and start playing.
Jen, when you look at the landscape right now, none of us knows what's going to happen. We're just sitting impatiently, I think is the right word, and waiting to see what transpires because of the pandemic. And I know that volleyball and football are up first in the calendar year for schools, and yet it's not too far down the road for basketball, as we know. How do you approach things right now? It's a different price point because when you're talking about a sport like football on the boys' side, there's so much in the way of numbers with that sport, so they can't gather everybody together at one time. Shouldn't be an issue with basketball, but how do you approach things, at least at this stage? And obviously we know what you hope for, that the season will take place on time.
Right. And I think we just need to approach it that way. I think, in the back of everyone's head, it's like, oh no, what if we don't get to play? But we can't have that, be the start of our season or the start of our training and all of that. I think we just need to approach it like the season's going to happen, and we need to make the best of it, however it happens, whether it's, a delayed season or a shortened season. We just really need to be prepared for a season, so that we're not caught off guard if we're thinking, it might not happen. Maybe we shouldn't, do too much. I think we just need to be prepared for the season.
You're getting into a good district. I'm sure you're already aware of that in terms of the kind of schools and the kind of student athletes the others have in that league. It's a good league, and it's a league of rivalries too. And of course, that all starts with Hahnville, as we all know. And I'm sure you've been apprised of that already.
I have. No, it's really exciting. I really, honestly, that was part of like when I was in Florida, the thing that I really loved is having, the high schools that were close by each other, and they were big rivals. And, if the high school closest to you wasn't your biggest rival, then, you probably just weren't very competitive. And so I'm just really excited to have a big rival, have a game for all of us to get up for. And, I've been told that, it's Hahnville, so I'm excited.
The quarters on the high school level are short, and there's no shot clock. Do you think that the shot clock should drop down to the high school level in Louisiana, or do you think that's something that you wouldn't consider or not even want to have as part of it?
I like the shot clock. I really do. Part of the reason I like it is it prevents, and this hasn't happened, in a while that I've seen, but it prevents teams from holding the ball. If you're going up against an opponent who you think you just not matched for and you just try to hold it, that drives me crazy. I mean, it drove me crazy when that used to happen to my team. And I think that would help prevent that. It also helps prepare the kids for college. They're going to be playing with a shot clock. And I just think that helps. It gets them in the mindset that, we can't take all of our time getting up the court and all of our time getting a play set up. We need to get going and make something happen quickly.
We share the same sentiment. That's exactly how I feel. And covering high school games for so many years and doing a bunch of games, I absolutely feel that would make the game better. And it would be something that you would decide in terms of what the proper length is of a shot clock. But still, I think it would certainly better the game. A final thought in terms of style and what you like to do, what you feel your strong point is. What type of play do you hope to implement there, and what do you feel is your strong point?
I really want to have the type of team that's going to hustle and just get after the ball defensively and offensively. I like to score quick. I want to steal the ball quickly. I want to see players diving on the floor after the ball. I want to see charges being taken. Really like a scrappy type of play is my favorite type of play.
Well, it certainly sounds like you'll make people happy if your team plays that way, and I'm sure they'll be happy with the hire of Jenn Miller, who takes over the Destrehan program. Jenn, listen, congratulations once again, and we want to wish
Thanks
you
so
nothing
much.
but success. And let's hope that you get a chance to do this, too, sometime soon.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Our pleasure, Jen. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's Jenn Miller, the new girls basketball coach of the Destrehan Wildcats.